and happy Wednesday. I was recording a new outro for all of the videos because I've been making fewer videos and want to make more videos, but have to be able to do it on the go. And I decided, since I had all my equipment set up, I might as well give you a book haul, because I'm off of school this week and I bought a bunch of books. So I bought books and I went to the library and ended up with this stack that looks something about like this. Yay for stacks that look like that. So I'll tell you about them. The first book that I picked up was Fallout by S.A. Bodine. Now, one of my students last week finished The Compound, which was the first book in this duology, I guess, and he loved it. And I said, oh yeah, I've got the sequel, and I went to the shelf in my classroom and it was no longer there. Which led to having a very disappointed kid. And well, we can't have that. I went to Hastings and it was on the 75% off shelf, so I was like, okay, I'll pick up a hardcover copy, and when we go back to school next week, he'll be super, super happy. And I'll be really excited because he's super, super happy. And you can't complain about that. The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Ness just came out. Came out yesterday. And it is very exciting, and Tracy is reading it right now because I'm reading a whole host of other things. And, well, it's Patrick Ness. What more can you say, right? From what I understand, it's about the kids who aren't the heroes. You know, because we have all of these books being written about the chosen one, the kid who saves the world, but what about all those other kids? And this is their story. I also picked up Gabby, A Girl in Pieces. I read this one this summer at the recommendation of the youth services librarian at the library that I frequent, and I loved it. It is, I don't know if you can see the subtitles, but it says Gabby, a gordita, a fat girl, a girl in pieces. And it is about a teenage girl who has to deal with a whole host of problems: parental, substance abuse, friends being gay, friends being pregnant, not the same friend. And the things that happen in her social circle. And it's a coming of age story. It is beautifully told. The girl writes zines, which is not outdated, but it's something, at least in my area of the country, because I've seen them in other places, but in my area of the country that you just don't see. And I think it's a story that many of my students could identify with, so I picked it up. And naturally, I picked up the new A.S. King. I Crawl Through It, which involves invisible helicopters and walking digestive systems and kids dealing with the stress and whatnot of, like, being. I have sex criminals, the premise of which I will not talk about here, but if you are curious, hit me up, because I would love to talk about it, but my students have a tendency to stalk me on the internet. And now the library books. I picked up Ender's Game, because I'm listening to the full cast audio play of Ender's Alive from Audible, and it is awesome. It pushes my radio show loving buttons, and so I thought I'd read the book. I also picked up All the Rage, and this one is kind of a la, well, it deals with the same kind of issues as Speak, I think. And then, last but not least, Lizard Radio. I actually just finished this one this morning, or this afternoon, I suppose. And I will do a full review thing, I think. I probably had more thoughts about Lizard Radio, but I have forgotten in the 5 cars that I was waiting to go by. So, that is my book haul. Yay for book hauls. If you've got thoughts on any of the books that I have recently purchased or borrowed from the library, leave it in the comments, and I'll see you there soon. Until then, I'm the supplier wishing you happy reading. Don't forget to be awesome. Hello! Hello! Welcome to the In Screen, wherein I tell you all about the places you can find me on the internet. My website is thebooksupplier.com, and you can find me at the Book Supplier at all of those places listed up in the corner, and I really hope I'm pointing in the right direction. Also, you can subscribe to the channel down here in this corner, and below you can leave comments. I like talking to people on the internet. Leave comments. Okay, I'm actually gonna get out of here now.